Alrighty guys, welcome back. Obviously we are now moments away from getting into the grand finals here, so hopefully there's not too many delays, and hopefully I've not held them up too long by taking a very swift break then. The first map I do believe will be Dawnbreaker. We've not actually seen that today, Dogbert, and obviously I am joined by the ever delightful, gorgeous, stunning, one of a kind, beautiful Dogbert. How are you doing? You still with me? If I'm not
I am still here, yeah, don't worry.
Perfect.
I'm not fighting chat like you. I'm just accepting it.
I never fight with chat. We get on very well. Normally, right, with Twitch chat, I just kind of demand people to say Kappa a lot and hope for the best. And generally, they seem to get on with the idea of just spamming Kappa, and it makes me happy. So, firstly, let's just talk about the grand finals. I think from the very start of this, uMAV were always tipped to be one of those teams that could really cause upsets. And I think seeing them getting through to this point, to not a comfortable extent, but certainly within a dominant style, I think it's proving a lot of the people kind of, not wrong, but, you know, it's proving a lot of these early opinions of the team fairly right. You know, they're actually really stepping up to the plate now. Did we expect these guys to get to this extent this early on, or is this kind of what you thought was going to happen here?
I mean, uMAV have had two rosters, really. You had the one that they played with before Christmas, which got pillaged by Epsilon. Took a lot of their players. I think Duke PT was definitely one of them, and Mayak was another. And from that, they really just butchered what was at one point the team that originally beat Fnatic in one of the Go4s, I believe. And they were a strong team, but they couldn't go to DreamHack. They got taken to bits by Epsilon and put together in a very strong team, which we've seen a lot of. And then they had a new lineup. And a lot of these players have come out of ESL Versus in BF3 and in BF4. And they're very, very hungry. And I think, if anything, people are surprised at how good their teamwork is after being, well, quite a new team. But it's because of the amount of practice they're putting in. These guys are really hungry. Easily the most hungry team in Battlefield 4 right now. And that's why they're causing a lot of teams difficulties, because they're breaking a lot of the molds which have been set in place before Christmas. I mean, we've seen it today already on Railway. What they did on Gorman Railway completely changed the landscape enough that Epsilon had no answer for it. And a team like Fnatic have always come in with some very good strategies, but uMAV just seemed to make teams feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and as you said, I think Railway was the big key to that, and it was a really defining moment for those guys. So I'm really looking forward to see what they can do on this. It's because, as you said, you know, Fnatic have their own style to things. They have their very, you know, unique strategies as well, but they're a little bit more conventional. In maybe a Battlefield aspect, obviously hailing from Battlefield 3 and previous titles, they play quite orthodox. And then you look at uMAV, they play so far outside of the box, it's incredible to watch it sometimes. So I'm really looking forward to see how they kind of do the same on this map, if they can find maybe a different way to play it. I'm not sure if you could say Locker was their strong point. I think they might struggle against Fnatic there, and I can imagine Locker will be Fnatic's choice. So actually, I do want to point out, for the decider, we've got Shanghai, which I've yet to see it at all. That's going to be interesting.
It's an interesting map, and one which I believe Fnatic have actually lost on quite recently. It's one of these maps, kind of like Dawnbreaker in a way, but can swing very, very decisively on the team that can get the original 2-cap hold straight down the line, very much like Dawnbreaker. Okay,
so well, that'll be the first time I'm actually going to cast that, because no one seems to pick it. Is there a genuine reason people don't ever seem to play this map? I don't understand why people kind of don't play this. Is it too hard to break that 2-to-1 hold once you get it?
Yeah, pretty much. If that hold comes into effect, it can just be like, oh, well, we're in trouble now. We're going to lose a lot of tickets. Teams that maybe you would feel quite comfortable on a map like maybe Dawnbreaker or Zaphod or something like that, you can still be quite heavily beaten on Shanghai. And that's why it's generally avoided by a lot of teams.
Oh, very curious to see how that one gets played out. Yeah, I've never cast it, so I'm looking forward to that. It'll be interesting. So we do finally have all 5 members present for, I believe it was Fnatic who are missing too. Just take you through the lineups if you weren't truly aware. I think you gave a good bit of background towards uMAV there. Certainly a thrown together team, but have really come together in their very unique style. So that'll be Sneaky, Baden, Marzu, Asterix, and Delarco. Whereas Fnatic, Value, Too Easy, Mort, Unfixed, and Winghaven. Anyone old enough and been around FPS games as long as I have will know probably Value as Reload, Winghaven as that Spanish artillery player from enemy territory, sticking together for a long, long time. Too Easy, Mort, these guys kind of going through different scenes, playing their own games, but they've really, really come together as a collective and certainly showing their strengths. Probably one of the more favoured sides, obviously after the DreamHack results. You can kind of see why, but there's certainly been teams able to shake them recently. They have not had the most comfortable route through. They have certainly been put through their paces by a good number of teams now. So, maybe the whole sheen, the kind of, aspect of what was so brilliant about Fnatic is slowly wearing away, and those tactics are being worked out. But, who's going to get the what flags at what, beginning here, and who do you think is going to pick this one up?
I think you're going to see uMAV obviously put a lot of pressure on that BC very early, and it's really down to Fnatic. They are on the harder side here. It will be down to them how they want to approach it. I think they'll either do a lot of early pressure onto C, or they'll go round the back to A and start a pretty much head-on fight for B. And I think what you were saying earlier was quite right. I think the air of invincibility around Fnatic is kind of gone now. A lot of teams are very comfortable going up against them, where before it was just like, oh god, we're playing Fnatic.
Yeah, fear of the name itself can really hinder these teams. So, actually not seeing the boost coming out from Fnatic, so they have a longer way around towards the A side. B is already falling into the hands of uMAV, and they have a player straight away set up on that catwalk area, looking to create that crossfire that we know can be so deadly. And it does seem to be whoever dominates this catwalk section seems to have the advantage over B, at least for now. And, well, Fnatic certainly have to look for their way back in here. I'm very curious to see how they intend to do it, because at the moment they seem to be negating the presence of Sneaky by just using the inside of the buildings and trying to find a way through here. Value's done just that, picking up onto the kill onto Marzu, but already a player flanking all the way around the back. Delarco is in a fantastic place here.
Delarco plays that role attacking A on a regular basis. I haven't even checked if it was him. It was. But I think what was impressive about that was how methodical Fnatic were on their approach to capturing that B flag, and it worked out amazingly well for them. They completely ignored that pressure on C early on and just went head on to B, but they picked their time and they went in perfect. And that's a 2-hole cap, and they're doing quite well. This is what they want.
Certainly is, and they're keeping the Wolves at bay right now. There's no breakthrough back in from uMAV. Every single player who tries to come back in is really finding it quite difficult, and I think they're the first team that I've actually seen being able to completely ignore that catwalk strategy and be once again being retained by Fnatic. Too Easy pushing up there, making it really work. We are seeing the exchange on the catwalk going through. I think Marzu might be pushed out soon enough if he's not careful. We do see the challenge going back and forth, just taking his attention away from really pressuring any players on B. So Fnatic having a very firm hold here. But I'm very curious to see if actually Delarco can hold on to this one now. Too Easy, Unfixed, and Winghaven just brute forcing their way over towards A. So uMAV are just going to be stuck down by that C point for now.
Yeah, and I think this is exactly what Fnatic have been after all the time. A-B hold is very deadly on this map, but it all hinges on being able to hold that upper balcony. And they've just lost it there, and that's 2 people from uMAV on that upper balcony. If Fnatic want, they can push that C flag, but it looks like B is on the menu for uMAV.
It certainly is. As you said, 2 players now present there. Only 1 for Fnatic, and that was Winghaven, who's gone down. B now immediately being pressured by uMAV. Delarco has moved in there. They have complete control. Is Fnatic being pushed out to that back road area. Asterix going down will be ringing the alarm bells towards Delarco. You can see those nades coming, and he's capped out the point, but Fnatic are gaining presence here. They're looking like they want to make that push back towards it. Delarco being removed, but here comes that pressure from the balcony, as we well know, out from that catwalk. The likes of Sneaky there really doing the damage. Winghaven now being pressured even further by Marzu, and they just can't get comfortable now, Fnatic. They got thrown off of the comfort zone. Finally, Too Easy breaking in. I'm curious to see if he can actually just negate the presence on that catwalk, and I think that was a firm no.
Yeah, and at the same, uMAV picked this up. This is uMAV's map. So I think that's a very dangerous thing to go up against Fnatic on this. This is the kind of map they do really well on. Thing is that players that do really well for uMAV is Delarco. He manages to break through to A almost every time. He's always that man. He's always there, always causing issues. And with that upper balcony, they're able to drop onto C and B pretty much at their leisure. And that's going to be the main focus for Fnatic to stop. Because if they can't, they're constantly going to have to be looking over their shoulder.
Well, we are seeing a little bit of a split push down the road. I think that was Delarco being found by Value then, and we are seeing the kind of reassembled Fnatic now, looking towards that B site again, pushing from that C area. Unfix being found on the catwalk, not finding an easy route through here. Value now going for the straight split up towards the A site, which is actually fairly uncontested. He could have a clean cap here. Immediately, however, Marzu looks like he's laying in wait to maybe put the pressure on to C if they start losing A. And do you think that's his plan right now?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think Fnatic really have wanted this BA hole as much as they could, but they can't. They've been thrown off that upper balcony area, and they're not able to really do much about it. And this is a very back and forth game, a very weird one from Fnatic's point of view. They're usually the team that controls that upper walk quite well.
Yeah, indeed. They seem to be almost ignoring it at the moment. Maybe Winghaven fancying his chances, finally gets into a position he could do some fire, but he's right on the Ace 23. He's not quite hitting the shots he needs to be in this one. Only sitting on 2 to 4 at the moment. That's not the ideal way to be going about this, but they do have the AB hold, so maybe, you know, they can try and work something out from this. We are seeing a couple of players sneaking around the back now, actually, for Fnatic, maybe catching these guys right in the back. There's the knife kill coming in. That's going to hurt too easy. He's going to be happy with that one. Picking up and claiming that B site once again. It is being fairly pressured from the road. Delarco having free reign to push up, as you mentioned. Fnatic just not bothering with the catwalk, and they can play it close, and maybe it's going to work, but it's still a very close game. 90 to 92 tickets.
They're playing the building game quite well here, using it the best to their advantage. They know that uMAV had the upper balcony for a lot of that game, so they tried to negate that advantage by just using the buildings as hard cover, and they did it very well. And I think uMAV are kind of surprised on how effective Fnatic have been, and they seem to be struggling now, but they've got the picks around A, and they can swarm this if they need to.
Yeah, let's see if they go for it. As you mentioned, A, certainly a possibility. Flanking around the back now, Delarco looks like he wants to take this one. There is a player just laying in wait around the corner. It's more picking up one already. He does get back up now for me. He's taken down Sneaky as well. This is lovely play from him. Marzu is in trouble. He's going to have to back out of there. There's no way he can overwhelm the people towards that side. And once again, uMAV just left with C in their hands. So a very curious start, very unique start actually coming out from Fnatic, and we know they have more orthodox tactics, but they're certainly making it work here. Nice little grenade pick up there for Marzu. That has opened up at least a viable choice towards hitting up that A side, so they've broken through there, but immediately C is swinging back into favor for Fnatic.
Unfix got the kill on Baden, and he just moved on that flag as quick as he could. All that effort on a push on A, probably not coming out quite as well as they expected. The upper balcony really causing a lot of issues for the B flag here. But it's a back and forth game. It's quite close in tickets, and right now I'm surprised that Fnatic have been able to get the lead they have.
Yeah, indeed. So 84 to 61, that 2-1 hold finally came into effect for them. B is going back into hands of Fnatic, I can imagine, with Winghaven finally taking his place on this catwalk area, looking to make the damage really start hurting, spotting out the opponents. Does play it carefully, though. Fire comes in from that catwalk, as we know, the opposing one within inside the buildings, and Baden actually with that Scar H laying down a good couple of connecting shots, but still, A is now being contested, and you can see the immediate swing back from uMAV trying to come back here and make sure this one does not go out of their favor. Too Easy is in trouble now. He's got two players focusing down. Marzu is low, so they can't get immediately into here, so A will be in the hands of Fnatic for at least now.
Yeah, and it swung decisively for uMAV here. And uMAV, interesting thing I want to bring up, while they're holding both A and B and attacking C, ultra aggressive from them, uMAV are using pretty much all three of the major competitive weapons in BF. Scar H, Ace 52, and the Ace 23. Well, Fnatic are running exclusively on that Ace 23 right now.
Well, we finally see that 2-1 hold in favor to the uMAV side, but immediately the likes of Value just happily pushing up against the vertical disadvantage on towards that A road. He's looking for his way through. He knows Marzu's close. He's got the kill towards him as well. A lovely play from him. And now looking for the options towards the A side. Unfixed coming in as well into support. This is just beautiful play. They've been able to retain this the whole time. And, you know, credit to Fnatic. They are really pushing these guys, but uMAV certainly not out of it yet. Every single site is now being contested.
Yeah, this is a very back and forth game. Dawnbreaker can swing decisively on a team that can get a good hold on that upper balcony and the B flag, but no team has really managed to do it very well. Thing is now, uMAV are in that position. This is their time to shine and the time to take this game from Fnatic.
Well, let's see if they can do it. As you said, they are in the position to do so. A is still in the hands of Fnatic. They don't have that usual B follow-on, but those tickets are slowly but surely getting quite close. We're in a fantastic position. He loves playing this kind of roping around the side player. Does get a couple of picks. We've seen the fact that, we know that uMAV like to negate the presence normally of what is a standard setup here, but, with Winghaven floating around the back, he's generally done quite well, but Marzu this time has broken through. Can he get anything more out of this one? He's got the spots down. He's making it count, but Valu's still just being the present player that we know he can be, just causing so much hassle. B is swinging back over into the favor to Fnatic. They've finally made it stick, and uMAV have been pushed out, but it's all even, 40-40.
They can't get rid of Unfixed at B, and that was a big, big issue. Winghaven spawns right behind at C, and this is looking really good for Fnatic. That hold was a really good one by uMAV, and they managed to break it quite, just absolutely methodical in their approach to it. Held down the players in the house, ignored the guy on the upper balcony, and were able to just take it. And that's a full domination cap for Fnatic.
Jesus, this is not looking good. Immediately, uMAV falling back towards C, hoping they can kind of repair whatever damage has been caused. But there's still a player floating around the side there. That is too easy coming in, just picking up anyone, and Winghaven, excuse me, picking up anyone who dares to try and touch it. And they've actually been able to make this triple cap stick, which is unbelievably rare. Normally on this map, it's just quickly replied to. C will go back in their favor, but these guys are happy to challenge this one out. Finally, Sneaky comes back around. They might be able to take over C, but at this point, they're left with almost just 10 tickets.
Yeah, messy coordination from uMAV, not really very coherent on who should be going where, and you've seen a lot of indecisive movement from the tabletop. They look back towards the flag, look like they're going to go for it, and then they don't, and Fnatic here, full domination cap, and as soon as they got that, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, most certainly. So uMAV now just watching those tickets bleed away from them. They're down to 3. They're trying to do any sort of, damage control they can by taking this B flag back, but Unfix just powering through. And, Fnatic are not giving them a single inch in this. They've finally been able to convert the B site, but already Unfix looking towards C, and any respawns now will be costing uMAV. Delarco's gone down, so he will be down for the rest of this half at least. And this is just, this really dominant Fnatic that we know. Sneaky making it count, but still 31 tickets at the very least will be sticking with Fnatic going in this one. So still, very good play from them, but, I rarely see triple caps on this map, and as you said, that indecision may be costing uMAV again.
Yeah, they really panicked at the end there, and Fnatic took that game from them. uMAV were in a very good position, but they just couldn't manage. They couldn't hold it. They just couldn't hold it. Fnatic were too experienced. They didn't panic. They held together, and they just took the flag at B whenever they really put their mind to it. Really good play from 31 tickets. Are not on their home map either. This is uMAV's pick, and it's looking good in the Fnatic camp.
It certainly is. Too easy, really performing well today. Unfixed and Value now stepping up to what we kind of expect of them, sitting at the 12-8s, 12-5s. But Too Easy has been on point all day today, actually. I look back at his locker performance, 7-0. Brilliant stuff from him. uMAV, Marzu, Delarco certainly holding their own, playing their own games, but not to the breakout point that we saw Fnatic then. So even the kills going quite in favor to their side. Winghaven even sitting even, so that's a bit of a rarity, bless him. But hopefully, the worrying sight for me now is the fact that on the second map we're going to, which is Locker, we know how good Fnatic are at this. They very rarely falter. And, if uMAV can't pick up the map they chose, surely even mentally they're going to be struggling to get back into this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure uMAV have got strategy enough. Let's see if I can do the boost up that they kind of made famous, and looks like they are going for it, and exactly that. But, I was surprised. Fnatic just played a very old-school approach to Dawnbreaker, and it worked. While uMAV tried their usual BC hold, and it just didn't work out for them at all. They put pressure on A. They put pressure on A all the time. They got it loads and loads of times, but they could never hold B for long enough.
Well, let's see if that comes into effect. As we said, that boost did come in. Fnatic didn't decide to go for it, but they did manage to kind of win out in the end. So let's recap. So if uMAV, the team on the right side, on the Chinese side, drop below 31 tickets, they are in trouble going into that second map, which will be the choice of Fnatic. And straight away, we've got uMAV splitting over towards the beast. Actually, no, they're going straight down towards the buildings, getting inside there, maybe looking for the immediate challenge across the balcony. And this is a very unique start from these guys once again.
Yeah, I honestly believe that uMAV have been paid to show off Battlefield Levolution as they blow up both the walkway to get up into the building near B and C and the bus as well. And they just managed to just break through and do a very unorthodox start. I've seen them try to do this before and fail, but this time it went according to plan, and they're threatening B and C. This is a great start by uMAV. They've cleared out at C at the same time. This is forcing Fnatic in all the places they do not want to be right now.
Yeah, indeed. Unfixed pretty much the last standing man with Value, who's pushed up quite far towards the seaside, trying to defend this one off. Baden will go down, but further fire now applied from that catwalk. He's going to have to heal up, have to be careful now, and he's even watching his back. He's so paranoid here. He knows that his teammates are over by A. He is literally a one-man band at this point, looking to do what he can, but the pressure will be coming down on towards that A site. Unfixed, spamming out those nades. They finally have the 2-1 hold. Probably not the one they want, but they can look maybe for the conversion on towards that B site.
Yeah, and Valutaja being able to stay alive as long as he had has been a thorn in the side of everyone from uMAV. They wanted to just forget about C and move to defend B. They haven't been able to do so. And look how many people have come back from Valutaja here. A massive overcommitment by uMAV to try and just capture one flag and get a player while they're going to lose A and B. And this is Fnatic's chance to just control this matchup.
Yeah, it certainly is, and we know how damn good they are at doing that. So let's see how they can hold this one now. They've got that 2-1, the one that they wanted. As you said, the overcommittal coming towards Value there just because he came back and really started being a pest has probably cost uMAV a massive amount of tickets when it comes down to it. They're the ones that have to be careful here. 31 means they are almost out of this going into Operation Locker, which is probably one of the best maps for Fnatic here. So a couple of nades being spammed out from these guys, keeping them at bay, and look at that, just landing perfectly at their feet. These guys have got this rehearsed down to a T. Finally a bit of a breakthrough from Sneaky, coming towards the B side, but straight away that upper balcony pressure is applied. Baden will pick up the avenging kill, but still that B side stays in the hands of Fnatic for now.
Yeah, and Fnatic doing a really, really good job here. This is the kind of lead you'd expect, and look at that pressure. This is why BC is a very difficult flag to go for. It's because Unfixed, or any player exactly, can spawn right on top of that C flag, and this is forcing uMAV to look over their shoulder instead of just holding on to B.
It is really coming into effect. B is now up for grabs, however. Fnatic immediately pouncing on that. Maybe with a slightly better setup here. 3 players present to the mere 2 of the opposition who aren't even really that close to the site. Finally, the respawns are coming in. And this is an interesting position from Marzu, though. He's in a bit of a good spot here to maybe make this hurt. But already being spotted out, he cannot find a way around it. He's looking for the exit, but Winghaven stands in his way. He gets the exchange and does go down. B still up for grabs. This is going back and forth, but at the moment, that ticket lead the Fnatic have is starting to look a little bit worrying.
Yeah, and uMAV here are just forced up onto the upper balcony, but it's fine. You can tell that Fnatic's been practicing playing this with upper balcony control and without, because their positioning on B right now is absolutely brilliant. They're in all the right places to cause the crossfire.
Yeah, they're just completely blocking himself off from that catwalk. Obviously a little bit open to the buildings, but that's where he's eyeing up, and those nades, and the same can be said for the likes of Unfixed and Winghaven, who generally play around this area, just completely negating the pressure that can be applied from that catwalk. And right now we're seeing once again a bit of an aggressive push coming out. I believe that was either Value and Too Easy pushing there, but Delarco has found a way through. A is also under pressure now, and Fnatic maybe got a little bit too comfortable. Baden certainly looking to make an impact here, but 85 tickets is all they have. This triple cap is exactly what they need to turn the odds here, as Fnatic now need to find their way back in.
Yeah, and it was eventually going to happen. It's very difficult to hold that long, and it all comes down to a load of little individual fights right now. And it goes Fnatic's way out of A, and that's going to get the revive and the flag back. So it all really comes down to how uMAV can approach holding B here, because they haven't been doing a great job. They've just lost their mid-defender of the C flag here, so Fnatic can attack pretty much every flag.
Yeah, but let's see if they can break through. There's a couple of players pushed up quite aggressively already. Marzu's been found out and taken down. And aside from the catwalk that we know the Fnatic can just ignore, there is pretty much a free-to-take B site. But the easy split not happening this time. Maybe a little bit lacking in numbers. The fire going back and forth. B is slowly being capped over, but we are seeing the presence of uMAV arriving in the form of the likes of Asterix, looking to make his presence known, pushing in towards the site. Unfixed finding his teammate, and look at this, the immediate crossfire. Too Easy now has to back away though, as uMAV might be able to get their hands on this B site.
Yeah, and Fnatic are doing quite a good job, but they're squandering their gains, and they're not really keeping as good a hold on this B flag they did in the previous round. It's quite depressing if you're a Fnatic fan. They have been quite far ahead, and right now uMAV are starting to fight back, and they're going to pressure onto A. Look, Delarco, once again, you might as well call him Mr. A flag. He always seems to be on it, but you can just see that Fnatic have just been caught out here. They're completely out on the far left side of this map, and they're right side, sorry, and they're being cut up.
They certainly are. uMAV now has to be careful. Nades are raining in. He can tell Sneaky's just around the corner. You're never going to win that exchange. And now 2 flags being held for uMAV. C still up for grabs. 1 player is standing on this. I believe that is too easy. A is now possibly going to be swung back over, but look at that. Too easy. Mowed down by 3 players of the opposition. Big exchange going down on A. Delarco needs to get in on this. So they want that trip cack again. It has gone over to Fnatic for now, and they need to back away, but they will be securing C as well. So they've got the BC hold, but can they keep hold of this? Maybe Fnatic overly rotating off this site and going straight for B, not dealing with Delarco and Baden could affect them. 79 tickets now to 73. That huge, lead that Fnatic had has now been kind of almost evened up immediately. But then again, bear in mind, uMAV have that 31 ticket deficit already from the first half to keep really working through.
Yeah, uMAV got to be playing ultra aggressive here to keep this bleed going. They're using that upper balcony to great effect, but at the same time, Fnatic are starting their push on it. And this game is just going to go up in the air right now. uMAV do have a full domination cap, but they are about to be attacked in 2 critical points, and they need to win both these fights.
Yeah, too easy. Already expecting where Baden was. They're pretty much picking up A on his own. The exchange going down on the catwalk did go in favor to uMAV, so that is still in their hands. But the B conversion now in the eyesights of Fnatic as they are making their way through. Unfix heading down. Valu is already in the place to make this one start hurting, but Marzu's nade will land at his feet, and B is still up for grabs. Both sides not quite able to claim this as their own. We're once again seeing Marzu possibly considering the cheeky split, but the teammates did the job for him. He can sit back and pro play a little bit safe here, careful of the pressure that's coming through. Baden now pushing back anyone who's laying down fire. 50 tickets now remain for Fnatic. They are not having an easy game now.
They're not, but they're getting the spawns behind C, and this is where it's going to start becoming an issue. uMAV need to start rotating and pushing that A flag as soon as they realize this is happening, because there's no way they can defend B and defend C at the same time.
Yeah, indeed. We are seeing Asterix pretty much the last standing man on towards that B site, as well as 1 man split across. Here's Marzu there, still trying to lay down the fire. He's been that constant rotating player, getting to the face of Fnatic and just taking back B. 37 tickets now remain for them. They need to get their hands on one of these sites because, the ticket lead that they had has just really trickled away from them. This is not the exactly ideal start. Unfix, however, has moved in, got himself prone down and safe, trying to fend off Sneaky, not going to get it. Fnatic now need to possibly consider more options. Where do you think these guys need to head? Are they going to go for a split onto C? I think that question has been answered by Valu, but will they be able to hold A? What is their main setup here that they need to fall back on?
Need to hold this A flag as much as possible and try and sneak a cap at B, but right now it's not going their way. It's a 2-on-2, 1-on-1, and it goes to uMAV, and A is going to be in their hands. But all the revives are important, and they're getting them, and this is an interesting one. It's all down to the B fight once again.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing this go through. Fnatic not in the best position in between a rock and a hard place, quite literally. Marzu and Delarco creating the crossfire, taking down 2. The triple cap is into effect, and the first map looks like so far it could be going uMAV's way. If they can keep this up, 19 tickets. B and C being pressured now by Fnatic, looking like they'll split the attention. Fnatic look like they're going to be taking that C side, and already Winghaven fairly untouched on B. This has gone back over to Fnatic's favor, but can they make it stick this time?
This is where it comes down. They need to keep that upper balcony. Marzu made a massive mistake going back to C instead of holding this B flag. They had a foothold on that B flag and they gave it away, and they've given Fnatic the chance to get back in this game. And it's all down to this push on B.
Here we go. Too Easy is leading the charge. Picks up the tag on the Baron. Does finally get the kill. And they're making their move. 11 tickets now remain for Fnatic. They have to get this B side in their hands. But Marzu still fighting with everything he has. Maybe cutting their losses here and trying a little cheeky push towards A. But 7 tickets left. It's not enough. They're losing out on C. They're not quick enough on A. And Fnatic have truly been shaken by uMAV once again. A phenomenally strong side. Showing exactly what they're made of. With pretty much 49 tickets left. I don't think that, uMAV are going to falter here. Fnatic have been put through their paces and no respawns now available. This has gone towards uMAV's favor, and that is an unbelievable comeback from these guys.
I'm speechless. That was a brilliant one. I mean, it was all going Fnatic's way in the early goings, and then uMAV just snatched it away from them. As soon as they got that BC hold, they really were just able to absolutely dominate the pace of that game.
absolutely unbelievable stuff. And looking at the scoreboard, it speaks to me a hell of a lot. Delarco 15-9, Sneaky 13-5, 16-10 for Asterix. Perfect play, but once again, Valu not quite stepping up to the extent that we know he can. 9-11. Top fragger being Winghaven. Now, I get on very well with Winghaven, but when he's top fragging, I think even he'll admit that there's something going wrong for Fnatic. He's never been the key fragging player. He's always been the support player, maybe picking up 1 or 2 kills that really can cause an impact. But if he's top fragging, uMAV really once again pushed people out of their comfort zone. But then again, next map, Operation Locker. This is Fnatic's bread and butter. Do you think uMAV can once again shake this up?
I don't know, but I'm very interested to find out. I mean, the thing is, Locker is a map that Fnatic play all the time. They are so damn good on this map. But uMAV are also really, really dangerous on it. And the way that uMAV play is ultra blitzkrieg style. Get in the face and cause some mayhem. And it's a style that makes teams feel uncomfortable. And it's something which, if they can pull off against Fnatic, I'd be very impressed by, but I wouldn't be that shocked. They seem to steamroll teams on this map.
Well, we can only wait and find out. Obviously, we are going to wait for the game to begin in just a moment, hopefully. I think they'll be going straight live, I can imagine. My game's still loading up. You can see what I'm looking at here, so do bear with me. You might just have to listen to a radio broadcast by Dogbert if this game actually begins. But yeah, very interesting start so far. Guys at home, if you're just tuning in, this is the grand finals here between Fnatic and uMAV, both battling their way through quite a large bracket to actually get to this point. So uMAV will be starting on the US side, and let me adjust the overlay, and uMAV... Okay, Fnatic aside on the Russian side, the US side will be uMAV, and this is the second map. What are we seeing from the offset here?
You're seeing both teams kind of not really putting much credence into the pressure on the C flag, except from uMAV, who've now put 2 out there. They've got the original picks, though, in the middle tunnel, so they're dominating that. They've got the initial bleed. It's looking pretty good for uMAV. They're trying to put pressure on this A flag as well, but right now, uMAV have quite good control.
Yeah, they certainly do, and we know how deadly they can be once they get set up here. They're constantly aggressive, constantly applying pressure. Unfixed, not having an easy peak there. He's not having the easiest job. And you can see uMAV just keeping them at bay, and that's all they have to do. They have the support breaking through towards that A site. Asterix now with Delarco in tow and Sneaky splitting around the back. Look like they want to be getting that A site in hand, and they are doing that job right now. I'm not sure if they're going to split out towards that C site. I don't think they need to. Marzu is pretty much a one-man band, and now Sneaky is just going to be looking towards making his way through towards that A site. Currently 2-1 in favor to Fnatic, but the positioning code from uMAV is looking deadly now. The A site is looking quite vulnerable. We've seen the exchange. Sneaky now just peering around, finding Mort. Goes in quite haphazardly, gets punished by, I believe that was 2easy's grenade, but straight away Delarco is on the case, pushing in, splits their attention, takes down one, takes down the second. Lovely play from Delarco and the rest of the uMAV side, and now they will be getting a triple cap under the belt very early on. B will be going over to Fnatic, but still, what a beginning.
It's everything you would really want at this point in the game, especially against a team like Fnatic. It likes to play a very static AC game, and they have broken that, and more importantly, they're forcing Fnatic into a position they don't want, being stuck in a B by a very aggressive uMAV team.
Yeah, uMAV, as you said, they are so aggressive. They do just like applying pressure time and time again. We do see Winghaven actually sneaking through to some extent. Does get picked up by Baden. Double kill coming from Baden there. He's picked up 2 key players. Can he get the third? No. Finally, 2easy does break the game down there. Revives more, gets this going. We do see Marzu round the back over. Picking up 1, does get taken down. A sloppy exchange by all accounts. But this could be another triple cap coming in for uMAV if they can control the threat at A. They are looking to do just that as well. Asterix pushing in, Baden doing the work. You see already Unfix thinking, okay, Carlos is here, let's get out towards C because I don't think we can hold A, and maybe be the right choice now.
Here's what I was talking about, uMAV. They make teams feel uncomfortable. They don't let them play a static game. They're in their face, they play a run and gun, blitzkrieg style, and it really does put you in a pace that not every team can keep up. And right now, uMAV doing a great job.
Absolutely unbelievable play. Now, immediately they know that C has gone into the hands of Unfix. They're going to lose the B side, so straight away Sneaky is out there. He's already challenged down. He's left his teammate to cap that over, gets back in towards that B focus, and just keep making it hard work for Fnatic. Ideal spot comes out, picks up Value, dropping out the nade towards Too Easy. He's not going to get the kill off the back of that, but going straight up aggressive, looking around, trying to find where Too Easy went. He's found him as well, and this is unbelievable stuff from uMAV. They don't have B, but they have A and C. They've had it for a long time. They've got a massive lead in tickets here.
The team that has never actually managed to win has got to finals over and over again, are absolutely dominating a team which plays Locker almost exclusively as their favorite map, and it is a pleasure to watch. They're playing a very aggressive style, and Fnatic just can't keep up this pace. It's a chaotic game for both sides, and it comes down to precise calling.
It certainly does. Now, Too Easy looking to hold back uMAV, as this should go to a 2-1 hold in favor to Fnatic for a small change. B is going over towards uMAV's favor, but the immediate challenge coming out towards C. The rest of the team splitting towards mid and maybe drawing more of the attention than should be there for Fnatic towards that C side, as uMAV look very comfortable dominating through that midsection, sending Sneaky and Delarco up towards that A cross, looking for a way through. They know a player's going to be there, just spamming down those rocket launchers, diving in. Delarco looking for a way through here. Do you think they can break through this site now?
I'm not sure. This is the thing. We've seen uMAV try to do this bullheaded attack into A a load of times. It didn't go quite their way. If they end up in this situation again, this is where Fnatic can come back. But it's down to how they want to play. They like this aggressive style. It started to slow down, and now this really does favor Fnatic.
It certainly does. AC hold coming in their favor already, though uMAV eyeing up that A push, looking like B's their staple right now. They want to try and pick up that A site because it's more preferable. Maybe convert on C. They're in the ideal position to do it. They're already setting up the hold for this, taking down a lovely little cheeky kill there. Asterix going round the back, and here comes time to hit up the A side. There's only one or maybe two players standing on this. This is unbelievable play from uMAV. If they can get into this one pretty quickly, they're looking like turning this 2-1 in their favor.
Yeah, but the big spawn that came out on B is what might save Fnatic here. Oh, Valataja came in, finishing off the two people A, and then trades with the only man forward for uMAV. That has probably saved A. It all comes down to B right now. But I think Fnatic here are going to look for this AC hold and just drag it out. Slow this game down and try and drown uMAV.
Indeed, and Winghaven did just take a rocket launch to the face. If you remember him from back in the day, you'll find it slightly ironic, but Marzu converting B. C still in the hands for now, at least, of uMAV, but immediately Value getting on towards that side. Asterix challenging outside. They look like they want to maybe just focus up towards A. Where is their next hit going? Is it going to be towards C, or is it going to be A?
I think A has to be. They put in a lot of effort into it. But uMAV are just attacking everywhere. They're putting pressure wherever they can, making sure that this game does not end up in the kind of trench warfare that they had previously. Fnatic want an AC hold. They want a slow game. uMAV are trying to make this as fast as fluid as possible.
And at the moment, they seem to be doing that quite well. It's an AB hold in favor to them. Winghaven and Unfix now looking like they want to retake that A site, looking like they want to bring this one back in favor to Fnatic. We are seeing B being an exchange, Value being the victor of that one. So this could be a triple cap possibly coming out for Fnatic if they lose out on the A site as well, which is quite a possibility. Looking like this, it's Unfix. Not sure where to go. Maybe getting a little bit overrun by uMAV. We know they're so damn good at that, but at the moment, still 2-1 in favor to uMAV. I'm not sure if they let this one slip a little bit more than they should have. Maybe not as confident as they once were. Sneaky does manage to take them down. uMAV making sure they're not letting this one slip. 80-43 tickets. This is unbelievable once again from uMAV.
Yeah, they're just being ultra aggressive. It's a pace that some teams can keep up with and some teams can't. You got to realize how chaotic this is. Just for us, but for comms for them, you got to call this quick and you got to do it quickly. You cannot be caught on rotations. You just need to go for the flag, no hesitation, and get in there. And that's what uMAV are good at doing, and they're really keeping up a pace. And it looks like Fnatic starting to wear down quite quickly.
Yeah, Too Easy had a completely clear on towards that B flag. Not sure if he's even aware of this, and they are losing out on C, so Too Easy needs to make his mind up pretty damn quickly. Rather than going for the flag, he's going for the mid kills onto Marzu, and that could have just cost them quite an easy capture there. We are seeing Asterix once again defending this A side. They've got the triple cap for now. B is now finally the last bastion for Fnatic, and they are losing it out as well. Immediately, the aggressive play coming out from these guys. Baden will fall to Unfix, but straight away, Asterix is there, laying in wait. Marzu finds too easy, and there's just no easy path. Even picking up just B on its own is a task for Fnatic. A 76 ticket lead at the moment in uMAV's favor. This is unbearable for any Fnatic fan to watch.
It is, but there's the clutch play coming in from Fnatic players across the board, getting the kills when they needed it. And this is a full domination cap coming up. They will lose B, but this is their chance to start evening up this game. uMAV, even though they just went ultra aggressive here, Fnatic are now set up for the possibility of being able to hold off this storm a little bit longer.
Well, too easy. Just missing that shot to Baden has allowed a little bit of a slip through here. Hopefully Unfixed and Value can pick this one up, but already they're under pressure. uMAV are just brute forcing their way through now. This is hard to watch now. Winghaven just tucked in with more towards the A site. They know that's where these guys want to hit. We are already seeing splits out towards C to keep every single member of Fnatic busy. There's no sitting back and relaxing here. Delarco straight away trying to take away any cover Fnatic may have had, but B is under pressure. We've seen a counter split coming out from Unfixed. They're not giving up on this one just yet.
No, this could be the comeback of the century here. Fnatic are starting to pay much more attention. They got the positions they wanted, and they're really making uMAV pay for being a bit sloppy here.
Yep.
The C flag, though, is the one at C and B here. Oh my god, uMAV are just pressuring everywhere. It works fine if they get the 1v1s, but if any of them go against them, Fnatic will take more and more tickets off them.
And it's slowly but surely working down again, 43-6. Now, obviously, that's when the respawns start coming to mind. He knows there's a player near here. Asterix is just trying to fight this one out. We are seeing the respawns coming in. The alarm bells are ringing for Unfix. He knows A is being contested, and Fnatic have claimed that one down in the end. B just once again going to the hands of uMAV. Aggressive play from Too Easy, paying off, allowing him to push forward. He gets the exchange with Delarco, maybe allowing more to push forward, but this could be the 2-to-1 they need. Literally steps away from each other, floors above each other. Unfix trying to go for a sneaky cap here. They are making this one hurt as much as possible towards uMAV. They're not leaving this as easy at all. There's two flags in favor to Fnatic for now, but C still in the hands of uMAV. It's what they've got. It's all they've got. And Moore wants to take it away from them as well. He's getting involved onto the site as much as possible, causing as much pain. He's already taken one down. He's going to be eyeing up Baden, and this could be going back in their favor. And, well, Fnatic are really making uMAV pay for this one. Fnatic are not allowing them to go down without a fight at all.
This might be one of the best comebacks in a long, long time. With only 7 tickets, they brought this game from 60 tickets to 21, and they're still fighting over it right now. I've got a feeling maybe it's a bit too much, but that was an epic comeback. 21 tickets is nothing, but considering it was almost 60 to 80 tickets, wow.
This is... And let's bear in mind, this is Fnatic's choice of map. Now, they started really working towards the end then. That's when Fnatic started playing like Fnatic. They made it hard work. But uMAV, off the bat, were absolutely unbelievable. 21 tickets left for them. Obviously, it was a higher number before, but some of the individual play was absolutely sensational. Sneaky on 22 to 15, 15 to 11 for Baden, Marzu 12, every single player playing well. Asterix even playing his role. And Fnatic, within their right, they held their own at the end, but if uMAV shake them from the start, I don't know if they can come back into this again, because even just mentally, you've got to be knackered by this point.
Yeah, and like I say, it's a pace that few teams can keep up with, and Fnatic showed a bit of a second breath at the end there. But what got me about it is that uMAV had the hold. They didn't have to come forward like they did. They only had to wait off another 15 to 20 tickets. They could have sat back and let that happen. But their ultra-aggressive style started to be their undoing almost there. They almost lost a game, but was guaranteed a significant victory because of their aggressive style, because they came forward, and because Fnatic got every single pick.
Well, let's see how this goes off the start. So Fnatic will be starting on the US side. So let's just adjust those overlays. uMAV will be on the Russian team. Now, these guys go very aggressive in very unique ways. And what do you think we're going to see from the very offset here, for example, for uMAV?
I would not be surprised at all if uMAV tried to just throw all their weight behind a B push here. They're going to go for A, obviously. But then again, they might play straight up. Fnatic are notorious for playing a very straight up game. B and C, 2 guys C, 3 guys middle, or maybe 4 guys through the middle and then rotate out to C. but it's up to uMAV. They're the ones that do the unorthodox stuff.
And let's find out. I do want to keep our eyes on these guys. One man splitting towards C. We have every other single member splitting out that A site. It does seem as though maybe Fnatic are going to beat them to the punch, but straight away, aggressive play through mid. Asterix is not holding back at all. uMAV does peer out at the worst time possible just as he switches a grenade, but he's going to make it count there with a follow-up kill onto Too Easy, and now looks for more. Mort finds Baden, however. We are seeing a 2-to-1 hold against uMAV this time, and let's keep in mind, Fnatic need to keep their tickets above 21. Otherwise, they have lost out here. So what do you think from the start? Are Fnatic in a comfortable position?
Fnatic are in the best start they could probably get at this point, but the problem is they're going to be seeing a lot of pressure onto that C and B flag, and it's something that they're going to have to be worried about. They don't have to worry about how many tickets they could have been behind last round. This game is all to play for.
It certainly is. It's not a lot in the way here. 21 is not a huge deficit to have. But B and C are in trouble. B has gone in favor to uMAV. Asterix tried to make his presence known on A. It didn't go too well. And now C is going to be switched over to Fnatic. So once again, that 2-to-1 hold. uMAV just tucked down towards that B site. So they need to find their way through now. C seems to be where they're eyeing up. They like the looks of it. They think it's probably easier to take on than A. We know how the Fnatic side like to lock down A. They have two players down that kind of A corridor towards the right. Value generally, with maybe Unfixed in the background. Winghaven normally being that one man outside. They seem to put two there this time, but Marzu now challenging flat out. Unfixed will pick him up from afar. Value comes into effect, and that 2v2 just drastically going in favor to Fnatic for now. And uMAV need away here because they are literally just giving away the game as they keep running into this crossfire. And Fnatic just sending them back again, saying, guys, try again next time. You're not getting it this time.
Yeah, and this is where the aggressive style of uMAV is only going to work if they can make this game a stand and bang affair. The problem for them is they're going up against a well-prepared defense and, more importantly, a one where it's rotating wherever the pressure is. uMAV are coming in 5-man, and that pretty much means that the people who are outside defending C are going to fall on their flank and get the easy kills. And right now, uMAV's aggressive style is just being held back quite easy.
It certainly is. We're seeing actually a split off coming out from Too Easy, looking possibly towards the B side, maybe giving up on C for now, but maybe they did win a little bit of a battle here, but Marzu picking them up is going to be huge. That has limited them, and already we are seeing the fact that uMAV can pick up C fairly uncontested, and we do just have Baden now holding mid, hopefully to stop them getting that easy B rotate, and this is a better chance now for uMAV to turn this one around, but 141 to 91, this is a huge lead for Fnatic.
Yeah, and this is the kind of thing that I was expecting. If you can leave Fnatic to set up the hold they want, which is the AC one, you're going to get punished. You need to break that quickly. And the way you do it is to set up a big push, or at least conceivably look like you're going to do it, and then sneak out a push on C and just do it there. Because A is too difficult to take if it's defended properly.
Indeed, and Value already getting that B spawn. We are seeing Baden actually fending them off for now, going to be picking up the A hold, so it's all about that C site. At the moment, it's in uMAV's hands, but can they hold back the ever-increasing pressure from Fnatic? 88 tickets now remaining for uMAV. They have to hold this 2-to-1 for some time now. They really have to apply the pressure. Maybe this trip cap coming in could help. They picked up the kills, only Value doing the same for Fnatic, and this spells trouble now. We know once uMAV get comfortable, they happily take these tickets away from the opponent, but Winghaven doing the work now, looking towards that A site. He's found one, he's taken down Marzu. Baden's still alive, respawn's coming in. This is not easy for Fnatic, they're up against it, but C looks fairly open for the taking.
A full domination cap looking pretty good. Fnatic probably sending far too many people to that C flag. If they get cleared out at A and B here, this is going to go drastically wrong for them. But they've got the picks, they've got the ones they needed, and A is going to go their way. And right now, they get exactly what they wanted. They get the AC hold once again. And uMAV kind of fumbled what they could have had there. They almost had what they needed.
It was literally on the end of their fingertips, so very close. Asterix already doing the work though, looking towards the A side, finding one, goes back a little bit too early there. Unfixed was laying in wait, but the split coming out from uMAV has allowed them down the A corridor, but being picked up eventually. Just Marzu in this position now. He knows the player's here, he's waiting for Winghaven to peek, he's caught a glimpse. But can they do this enough time? They've got 76 tickets now. It's not a huge amount. He's waiting on the respawns, and then here becomes the push. Baden now edging round. Have they allowed too much, time for Too Easy to kind of get set up and push around to C? I think they have. Marzu is now kicking himself because his teammates are being pressured all over. Winghaven breaking through. C is now vulnerable, as is every other side that uMAV had in the bag. Winghaven should fall here, but still, this is not a pretty sight for uMAV. They need to turn this one around and fast.
Yeah, and I think Fnatic now know that they have a bit of a lead here, and they're starting to play a little bit more aggressive. A is going to be their cornerstone, but they will pressure out B with at least one guy when they can, and that is something maybe uMAV are just not switching tactics quick enough here, and they're letting Fnatic dictate this game.
And it's rare to see. Normally uMAV are those unorthodox players who like to push the style out of the kind of usual box, but that nade gonna shut down Asterix, who was trying to make a bit of a play towards the A site, but finally reinforcements arrive. But is it too little too late? They're down to 55 tickets. They're at a 2-1 hold, and this is just not looking good. Marzu waiting on the respawns now, but already Unfixed set up and waiting. You can see this play coming out from Fnatic is absolutely perfect. Already expecting that counter spawn around the back. Winghaven set up as well. This is Fnatic in their element. This is why they are such a dominant team, if they can hold on to it. We've seen bigger comebacks already today, so I don't want to say too much, but 105-43 is looking pretty dominant.
Yeah, and uMAV here are resorting to just hammer tactics, and ones which you can just see on the tabletop. Fnatic are rotating brilliantly to stop. They're in the right place the whole time. uMAV are just resorting to big 4-5-man pushes on flags, and Fnatic are just taking undefended flags.
Indeed, so that wonderful lead that uMAV had at the start has been kind of ripped to shreds here, as every single site might be taken away. B once again just about going in favor to uMAV after the pressure was relieved, but Mort quite aggressively pushed up, gets caught in the back there, not going to be too easily getting away with that, as Marzu now making a break for it. 24 ticks remaining. If they want to make this a 2-map game, they're going to have to make this one stick now. They aren't going to make their push towards the A side, but still, 3 members of Fnatic present here. Value making it hard work for anyone to get entrance. He's picked up another. That's a beautiful double coming in for that man there. And now it's just looking almost impossible for uMAV to turn this one around. 102 tickets still on the board for Fnatic. They've finally woken up, and it looks like we'll be getting a 3rd map out of this.
Yeah, uMAV just haven't been able to break the hold that Fnatic were able to get. uMAV had a good start, but they just couldn't fix it. They couldn't really come up with tactics to break this front line, except from foolhardy 5-man pushes, which were easily stopped by Fnatic.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board. uMAV have got to be kicking themselves. They were literally on the verge of picking up this 4th cup here. But the tickets are just running out. They know it's true already, and it's not looking too good. They did pick up the 1st map, however, so they still have the last one to play out, which will be Siege of Shanghai, which I can't wait for. I really cannot wait for. It's such a rarity we get to see this. So all eyes on that final map. I do not know anything about either side with their preparation on this one. And I can't wait to see it. Your thoughts on this? Because that's a very different 2 maps we've just had.
Yeah, well, in a way. I mean, Dawnbreaker is very much a get the B, hold it at balcony, try and get a 2 flag cap and just bleed out. And that's very much
right.
Locker in a way. But when you play Shanghai, oh my God, one team literally spawns with a flag cap immediately. They will basically try and just hold a front line from the get-go. And if they get that, yeah, whoever gets the biggest bleed from it is going to be the most dangerous.
I really don't know what to expect here, because I don't know either teams on this map going ahead. You know, obviously everyone's got their kind of pre-made thoughts about certain teams and the way they play in the certain aspects. You could probably say once Fnatic get that comfortable hold, if they do, as you said, they can probably be the more dominant force than uMAV, who have the tendency to occasionally overextend, but it's still very hard to predict. I don't know if uMAV have something, you know, waiting here to really bring out in this final map. And, you know, what a brilliant way to get the cups come to an end here. We're in the final cup, obviously, getting ready to go into the groups. But it's certainly displaying the talent that's, you know, certainly up there these days. I think everyone expected Fnatic to go for these completely, you know, whitewashed games. No one could challenge them. They were going to top the league, pretty much like your NIPs of CSGO at the start. But it's been a very different picture. I think there's been a lot of teams who could kind of threaten the big guys like Fnatic, Epsilon, you know, Eyeballers, who just dropped off the radar completely. One of the big teams that was invited originally to this. Literally nowhere to be found these days. So it's very interesting to see how the game's already progressing in just a short amount of time. And I think it's phenomenal to see so many teams already at the cusp here. So Fnatic and uMAV, they're going to the 3rd map. It's going to be the decider. It's going to be Siege of Shanghai. I'm going to find out the sides, see which way they're starting on. But guys, do make sure you get your predictions through to me on Twitter. It's quite easy. It's just below. Tell me who you think's going to walk away with this one. The 1st map was Dawnbreaker, and uMAV pretty much smashed it. They looked good, they looked set up, they looked unorthodox, they looked out of the box. But this map, very different picture, and I'm hoping we're not live. I'm just going to double check. No, you already have 4 players. I did like a slight panicked then. I was like, please don't be doing this to me. But do make sure you get your predictions through to me, as I said. It's always good hearing from you guys and your thoughts towards the stream. Any improvements you guys want made, maybe more Dogbert cam, Dogbert's face rather than a screen. Anything like this, me wearing a Dogbert mask, all of this is possible if you tweet at They Call Me Pansy and obviously at Dignitas Dogbert for my co-caster who is just floating around in the ether somewhere on Skype. So we are just waiting on that final player to rejoin us. So I'll drop you guys in game so you don't have to look at my ugly mug. And we can see who we're waiting on. Actually, they've rejoined us, so we will be getting underway nice and quickly in this one. And your predictions, if I'm going to have to push you to it, but, where is this one going here?
Oh my God! I've
sorry.
not seen any of these two teams play on this map.
Nope.
It's very much whoever gets the A/B hold and holds it the best. And I think I will go with Fnatic. But at the same time, I want uMAV to win. And the reason I want uMAV to win is because they constantly come second. Every cup they get, they come second. They come second. They always come second. Is this going to be the day that they get rid of the drought? Is this when it ends? Is this when they finally do it? And if they are, I'm happy it's in this game because they've just took Fnatic in a very interesting best of three.
Excuse me, certainly. My voice is dying slightly. But a quick thing I do want to point out is I do believe we're playing by the usual ESL rules, which means the rooftops are actually unavailable. I'm pretty sure that's correct, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The roof of Shanghai is totally not used. I mean, a lot of the people I remember in the beta, whenever I bring up the beta of Battlefield, they're like, oh, well, everyone just sat on the roof and all that. It got really boring. Well, in Domination, the roofs are banned completely, so you will not see anyone up there at all.
So yeah, obviously we are in warm-up. These guys are still getting themselves ready. A lot on the line here. It's all about getting themselves in the best position going forward. So I'm looking at you guys in chat. You guys are actually saying uMAV. uMAV has better open shooters. uMAV are a safe bet. Go uMAV. It seems as though the uMAV fans have turned up in force. Is there no Fnatic fans here? Like, where is Zinto? Just, like, where is this guy? Normally, he'd be there just on his own with his, like, Fnatic banner waving in the background. But clearly, he is missing today. So, none of that there. But still, as we mentioned, rooftops off limits. I do believe the bits on the side are still fully fine to use. But no use of the ladders, basically, and the lift. Simple as that. So, I do believe we'll be going live on the restart. Guys, this is what it comes down to. I'm kind of so happy it's come to this because already there's been some phenomenal plays and there's been some brilliant moments. TSM, we all want TSM to win this one. Goddamn scumbags. All right, so on the Chinese side, who pretty much get gifted, a bit of a choice between B and A, whereas C will be given over towards Dignitas. Now, Dignitas? Fnatic.
Yes, Dignitas.
God damn it. What is going on with my brain? Obviously, it's seeping through my nose, but who's got the better spawn here, and what can we expect from the start?
uMAV already captured B. They are in the hold everyone wants. They are going to get the B flag, and they're going to capture A quite early. It's up to Fnatic on how they want to play this. The B flag is the most important flag on this map, and probably the most important flag in any Battlefield map. So you're going to see a lot of pressure and a lot of fighting going on that flag. A is the one on transition, and so is C. But B is so important. And you see a hold straight away, a nice line straight down that street. And Fnatic here, very cautious approach out the gate.
Yeah, very much so. Now going to have to obviously have the ticket bleed against them. That's already starting to work down. Couple of spots being made already. B will be the side that's going to have the attention of most of the action. Sneaky already set up there, waiting to receive whatever's thrown down by Fnatic. And at the moment, Baden holding the bay. This is not looking good for Fnatic. They haven't broken through just yet. They've got one player making a bit of a presence known. It is too easy. Breaking through mid. Delarco is in front. He's going to get taken down by too easy. Lovely play. Opening up the possibility for B and A now. Fnatic could be turning this one around. This is a much better start. Maybe slow and cautious. Paid off for them at the beginning.
Yeah, Fnatic play one style and it's methodical. They are so careful, very patient, and it makes teams feel uncomfortable. They start to get nervous and poke their heads out when they should keep it down. And that's what happened there, and Fnatic doing a great job. But now they're going to have to rotate quickly back to B and prepare for the incoming rush, which uMAV will probably deliver. But this is exactly what Fnatic need, and this is a brilliant start for them.
It most certainly is, and Fnatic are making it count as well. Down that B road, they're already picking up the kills on towards uMAV. The tickets are even from such a drastic start, as you mentioned. This is the perfect play coming out from these guys. So A, completely absent of players. B, now being forced back. We do see, a couple of sneaky plays coming out quite possibly, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, it's a complete hold here. Look at Fnatic literally split across the map, holding that line that we saw uMAV desperately trying to do the same to. Delarco going on a breakout push, looking for Unfixed. He's found him. Perfect opener towards this B side. It might draw the attention across finally from Fnatic, and look at that, just tucking himself in. He knows he's fairly secure for now, and he can just be happily sat there waiting for this one to go through. B is going back and forth. We're seeing the pressure now applied. winghaven got overrun by the uMAV side, and they're trying to swing this around. One player tucked in is Unfixed. He's caused damage, but the site is still being contested. There we go. It finally should fall in favor to uMAV if they get set up clearly enough on this one. And now we're seeing the counter push coming out from Fnatic towards that C site.
Yeah, the fight on B is just going to go back and forth. And I think Fnatic seem a lot better prepared for it than uMAV. I think this is a map that they might have played a lot more. This map gets banned out quite a lot. A lot of teams do not like to play it, and that might be an issue here for both teams.
Yeah, it really is. And we're seeing these guys struggling back and forth. The nades are coming out from B. Baden already fell. Marzu holding onto this for now. They are keeping hold of this, but Fnatic looking like they're putting a lot of pressure and a lot of their forces here. 2 kills now being picked up. It's not gone well. Sneaky is left on a slither of health. Finally, Mort takes him down. But that's a good bit of time bought. It's keeping the scoreboard fairly even at this moment. We are seeing the counterplay finally being made by uMAV, have broken across, and A is looking a possibility.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do is for uMAV. But the problem is they're constantly going to get pressured on it. You need to attack A just to bring away people from B. And this is going to be a full domination cap if Marsu can get the cap over at A. And this is looking really, really good on the counter-attack. They broke the hold from Fnatic, didn't let them get it in that deep. And right now, this is a back-and-forth game again.
And this is perfect play. Marzu just buying time by A. They've got the CB hold. Maybe not ideal, but Delarco is on the rotate. He's going to be taking his time, go around on the flank. He knows they can keep hold of this for a good couple of more seconds and keep that ticket bleed, going against Fnatic. Make sure it starts hurting. We are seeing the push up from Sneaky as well, trying to make his presence known. He certainly is now. Bursting through, finding one, he gets stuck on the reload. Too easy, and winghaven in complete tow. Picking each other up, dropping down the opponents, but it's a sloppy battle down on A. No one's walking out cleanly from this one, and let's see if they can actually make this one stick. Marzu on the flank gets found by Unfixed, but neither side, A or B, are completely locked. But Fnatic seem like they want the A hold and then convert on B.
Yeah, and uMAV have got very interesting spawn, Baden right behind A, and I think Fnatic are going to rotate very quickly. No, he heard the spawn. Valutaja came back, heard the spawning, and got the kill. And now uMAV are in a crossfire, stuck between A and B. Not looking good for them right now.
Certainly not. They are being pinned in here. A and B, as we mentioned, the more ideal sites being in favor of Fnatic. Value once again on the rotate. This man has got the game knowledge of an absolute wizard. He's literally picked up 2, basically. They're spotting out Delarco, spotting every single player, trying to make their way forward here. And he's doing it once again, finding a good couple on the way to that B site. We are seeing C now being contested. Now, this could be a triple cap again. They're losing out on B, but they're picking up C. Every single bit of slack that may be coming in, they are making sure it's accounted for.
Yeah, Valutaja got a very interesting position to put fire down on that B flag. Bit of a wizard, 11 for 1 right now, like you were saying, and really hurting uMAV here. They're stuck on that B flag. It's a flag that they need more than anything, but they need to get something back over on C. But they might overcommit too much, and Fnatic are flowing on that B flag now.
They really are, and I do have to stay on board with Value here because this man is an absolute beast of any FPS game, and he's making sure that counts at the moment, pushing it. He finally gets taken down as soon as I say that. Sneaky just doing it when it matters. 89 tickets to Fnatic to the 66 of uMAV. This is going right down to the wire here. These two teams are going head-to-head. BC hold, fairly unique. Fnatic looking like they're in trouble. A is being possibly capped over as well. This is going to be a triple cap to uMAV. They have made this one count. B is the last bastion of hope for Fnatic, finally splitting their attention towards C as well, and now swinging this around. But can uMAV make this count now towards that B site that we know is just so damn vital?
This is where it's going to get interesting, because uMAV do have the A flag, and they have to attack B. But at the same time, they do have a man behind C. These flags are just going to trade back and forth right now, but it comes down to who holds this B flag the longest.
Well, let's find out. Sneaky, who's eyeing up the possibility of heading over there, gets taken down. And when you got Mort playing the defensive role, looking like he wants to start looking towards that conversion towards A, maybe try and pick that one up. Probably told to get back to defending because we do not want to lose B. It's our important site. Leave the rest to split across. It looks like C will be the only thing left for uMAV after A is now being picked up by Fnatic, and they're set up for this one as well. Value is doing serious damage. This man just becomes his own little monster once he gets comfortable and set up in these positions, and they're just mowing down that cross, as you said.
And I think this is Fnatic's game to win now. They have been able to break on the... they've been able to win pretty much the big fights on the harder side. And right now, with this B hold, this is the position they're going to look to get immediately in the next game and in next round. And right now, they're doing a great job of sealing this game.
They certainly are. Marzu has, however, found the opening kill there, but once again, Mort being the defensive anchor player, playing the kind of more defensive role that's so vital in this map, holding B as best he can. He's trying to work out where the opponents are. He knows B has now got presence of uMAV. There's actually two players. They're converting on A as well. This could spell trouble because Fnatic are going to be pushed back down to just C.
Yeah, I don't know. This game is shooting back and forth. But Fnatic just seem a bit more stable a lot of the time, and they're getting a lot of the important kills. But this game could literally go down to 5 tickets, and a team with the 8B hold with a straight line could win with absolutely nothing. It's just this kind of map.
Unbelievable stuff.
Right now, if you look, it's kind of all over the place because both teams know the B's where they want to go, so they're trying to make people split off to go to A and C as much as possible, and then overwhelm B when they can.
Yeah, we are seeing uMAV cutting their losses for now, trying to pick up C just as at least a little bit of a secondary prize, because A and B are firmly in the hands of Fnatic. Whenever they lose it, they seem to have a plan immediately in action. Delarco running with the Scar H, still very happy to stick with that one. And he's been playing this little kind of like boxed-in role just to pressure that B side so damn well. And he's waiting for a little bit of backup. Winghaven has found Sneaky, so he's not going to be able to get this one underway completely. No revive coming in either. He's been sent back to the drawing board, but we are seeing A, well, it was touched by Asterix, but maybe Marzu can do the damage eventually. So at least getting this one into the way, but still 8 tickets remaining. It's not looking good at all.
No, and I think that is pretty much this round all done and dusted for Fnatic. 66 tickets is pretty good, but like I said, they are playing on the harder side, and they just got a victory, and they broke that hold initially, and they broke it quite quickly.
Well, let's have a look at that scoreboard as well. Not a great game for most of uMAV. As you said, they sometimes depend on their brute force nature, their aggressive play, but if they don't win on those one-on-ones, they can struggle, and you're seeing they weren't winning those one-on-ones. Every single player within Fnatic was positive. 18-4, 13-7, 11-7, 15-8, and 10-5. Value then was absolutely on point. Asterix probably had a bit of a standout game then, but aside from him, very quiet stuff from uMAV, not finding their feet at all. And Fnatic seem as though this could be another one of their backup maps that, okay, maybe Operation Knocker didn't go as strongly in our favor as we wanted. Let's fall back on this because we know no one else actually plays this.
Yeah, Valutaja putting on a show for his fan club of 2.
I've got my new badge coming out as well. It's great.
Do you know Jason said no to joining the Valutaja fan club?
That's because he doesn't understand how good Valutaja is. He's not cool enough to be old school enough to understand it. It's like, hell, even Valutaja was in Dignitas back in the day as Reload, you know, back when they won things.
Yeah, well, Too Easy used to play for Epsilon back in BF2, and I used to teach him how to play Battlefield.
Is that why he was so bad in this game? He's been taught by Dogbert. It all makes sense now. Dear Lord.
I taught, I mean, just severely beaten on games, but yeah, not bad.
That's how you teach them.
And another reason, uMAV have got a fan club going for them in chat, and I think that has a lot to do with Fnatic's just been the top dog for a long, long time. I think it brings a lot of hate towards them, but also everyone loves to hate Zinto, so that also doesn't help their cause.
I feel I can't make comment on this, but I see it being a point.
It comes out in chat quite a bit, just in case. Yeah.
Just in case I didn't notice, you know. We will be beginning as soon as the teams get ready, and the countdown has begun. So Fnatic will be on the Chinese side, and they will be automatically gifted B. US team will be uMAV, and we are underway in the final map, in the final half of the final cup in the Battlefield EMS 1. Straight away, Fnatic going to an aggressive beginning here. They do obviously have that B side, and let's bear in mind, if uMAV, the team on the left side, on the US team, drop below 66 tickets, they have lost this one, and Fnatic have won it. So what are we seeing from the start here? Is this what we'd expect?
I'm not surprised that uMAV are playing this kind of style. They're ultra aggressive out of the bat. They want to get that B flag. They need to do it quickly. But Fnatic have that straight line of defense. And this is where Fnatic are going to make uMAV pay for not holding it quite as well when they had the chance. And I honestly don't see uMAV breaking this quickly.
Let's see if they can. Asterix is certainly doing work, but he's going to be meeting some resistance soon enough. He's picking up the occasional kill. He spots out too easy as well, so lovely positioning from Asterix, really making it work, allowing a bit of a push to begin over the main street. No crossfire from B, but a dug in Fnatic on the A site, not allowing any access, happily playing a more passive game on A, but maybe they're going to negate that B hold.
Yeah, and uMAV eventually broke it. Not too many tickets lost to them, but it's how long they can hold on to it right now. And that B flag, they're leaving 2 guys to defend it and 2 guys floating back to C. They don't really know where Fnatic are coming in. I think they're probably guessing C, but they do not want to leave this B flag too undefended. No,
Delarco looks torn. He was toying with the idea of just defending B. He split off towards A. Oh, if he'd watched that angle for a second more, it doesn't matter. He picks up more anyway, and he's opened up the A site for the taking. Now, Fnatic are left with only really one site in their hands when this gets converted over. This is not the ideal position to be in, and actually they didn't even get that quickly. This could have been a triple cap for a good couple of seconds. Fnatic feeling the pinch now, sees their last bastion of hope, and immediately Marzu pushing up. He does not want to give these guys an easy ride, so this is going to be a bit of a tough game for Fnatic. They are certainly not out of the woods just yet.
No, they're not, but they're making it a close fought game right now, and it was going to be a one, and maybe they were in a better position to take, and the spawns are coming in for uMAV to make quite for an interesting fight. Delarco out at A, they still have Baden holding down that B flag, but every flag is literally about to be attacked.
Pressure absolutely everywhere. C pretty much still safely in the hands for now of Fnatic, and look at that, A going over, B is also being contested. Baden knows he's in trouble, he knows this is where they want to go, and you can see him just switching around weapons, keeping eyes open, but there's a player already present. This could be a triple cap to Fnatic, and that is the worst thing uMAV could ever have done to them at this point. Nate's being just spammed out, hoping for Ganation, but every single angle is containing a player from Fnatic, and that is really not what you want to be seeing. Valu has brute forced his way in. Now these two players have to make a stand. We're seeing Asterix doing some damage, but still, you're seeing the fire coming through. Too easy picking up the kill, making it hard work. There's the triple cap they were looking for. That is when the ticket bleed is gonna start hurting. C will be their last real chance to lock this one out, but immediately there's a player straight there as well. They're not making this easy. Valu is literally popping up and down, holding them at arm's length, and getting a double kill, keeping them off that C point. B is still possibly going back in their hands, but 88 tickets, that is a big impact play.
Yeah, that domination cap has given them a substantial lead in a game where they don't have to win by much, and uMAV here are starting to come apart at the scene. And really, Fnatic just showing great tactics and spread and trusting in their abilities to hold 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, and doing a great job.
They certainly are. Only one man present on their outer side towards B. Mort splitting off with Too Easy down the road there, and they're actually going to be attacking at the exact same time. So it is a 2-1 hold for now, but look at Mort taking his time, being cautious, rather make sure he's going to get the harder kill. He'll take him down sneaky. Oh my god, Mort just absolutely fluffed it. They could have had that B site a lot quicker then, but he just gave that one up. Valu gets picked up as well. Those 104 tickets are now being made to be put to work as uMAV are getting a little bit more set up here. They're getting that 2-1 hold. It may not be the ideal one, but they're certainly making it work for now.
66 tickets is the line that they are worried about right now. They are literally almost less than 10 tickets away from that, and they need to hold this B fight. They need to play the best game of Battlefield ever to survive this onslaught.
Let's see if they can. Unfixed is pretty much the only one standing with Valu, now reviving, looking for a way through towards B. They're holding on for now. Let's keep that in mind. 77. 66 is the big breaking number. That means Fnatic win this. But for now, they are still in this game. 85 tickets against, but Unfixed finding Delarco as he tried to sneak towards A, and now we're seeing them working this one out. Oh, C is now fully open for the taking for Fnatic. If they do want to get that 2-1 hold, Marzu being spotted out in the underpass by the vents. Not going to get the easy kill though, but B is now being captured over. Who is on that one at the moment? I'm trying to find out. It did go back in favor actually towards uMAV, so they locked down the threat for now. 74 tickets remaining. They're doing the damage, but it's a matter of time in my eyes. It's all even, it looks almost on the scoreboard, bearing in mind there's a big disadvantage over on the uMAV camp. A is in Fnatic's hands. They're comfortable here, but we are seeing a breakout play from uMAV, looking like they want to really get a triple cap going here. And I'm not sure if Delarco's over-rotated. He could be in trouble. Challenging out more. He gets taken down. And every single time they lose a player like this, they could be allowing certain access to certain sites. And it could really cause trouble.
They're not even getting revived. They're coming forward for no reason. If every single time a player dies, they are even closer to losing. 66 tickets. They are getting so close. You cannot waste players like that. You need to stand firm and hold off the mass attacks. They can't do what they're doing right now.
52 tickets left now for Fnatic as well. They're starting to feel the pinch a little bit. The kills are actually coming in favor, but C is now being countercapped. This could be huge. If Winghaven can do this, he can stay alive. He can't. He gets taken down, but 70 tickets now remaining to 48. Every single site has pressure on it. Fnatic looking like they're taking the B site. They already have A. The cross is now being hammered out. 69 tickets. We are almost there. If there's going to be an answer, uMAV have to make it now. 68 tickets. If this goes to a 2-1 hold favor into Fnatic, it is game over, and Fnatic are on the verge of picking this one up. One more ticket and they have this. A does not go their way. They've saved this for now, but one more death, one more mistake, and they are gone from this. 41 tickets. Now the changing factor here. It is all coming down to these moments. Fnatic going for A. C being capped over as well. 66 tickets is going to be wiped off in a matter of moments. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic have gone and done it, truly showing their dominance when it matters. But my God, it was not an easy ride there.
No. uMAV started to leave the server around about 30, 40 seconds ago. They knew they couldn't do it. And it all came down to just the initial hold. That bleed was so significant, and uMAV just couldn't stop it. And the first round beat them so hard.
It was absolutely incredible to watch there. So congratulations to Fnatic. You certainly deserve it. You didn't have an easy road through. I don't think anyone can really give you grief for that one. I know a couple of the early cups kind of had that sort of question mark around it. You know, they had an easy route through. They weren't, you know, the most, they didn't have the hardest bracket, but they certainly worked hard in that final game, getting taken to 3 maps there. And, you know, Siege of Shanghai is never an easy one to play out, but they certainly did what it needed to. But uMAV, once again, showing that they certainly can compete with the big guys nowadays. It's impressive to see, actually. It's really good for the scene. I think, you know, we've had almost different teams in every final, certainly some more reoccurring than others, but it's been a bit of a bumpy ride through the groups, even for the very best invited teams.
Indeed, you got to feel sorry for the uMAV guys. Came so close, especially in locker, and just kind of way and they're forever second. I mean, they were playing against not just Fnatic, they were playing against the Curse. The Curse of always coming second, and they were not able to defeat Cursed.
I do feel for them, but Fnatic obviously walking away the victors of this one. But guys, do bear in mind the groups will be starting up, and that's what you guys want to be watching. So make sure you follow this Twitch channel. I think next week we might actually be kicking off with those. I'll be tweeting out later with the full details. Make sure you follow myself on Twitter if you've enjoyed the show so far and you want more Battlefield action from us, at They Call Me Pansy. And obviously make sure you follow my rather knowledgeable, rather beautiful co-caster, Dignitas Dogbert. Simple as that. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, make sure you let us know, because I'm getting out of here. Hopefully you have fun. I know I had. It's been an incredible day. Hopefully, see you next time.
Peggy 18.
For 2 years, we've listened to the tales of our fellow soldiers. But the war has changed, and with it, the stories. Stories of men being swallowed up whole in the flooded bowels of Metro. Or never emerging from the fiery hells of Operation Firestorm. We've listened to the legends of entire armies being decimated by a single strike along the Caspian border. Sandstorm so fierce in the Gulf of Oman, it's like you're fighting ghosts. For 2 years we've heard these stories. Listen to the legends. They say this is a war that cannot be won. We'll put that theory to the test.
Peggy 18.
越王勾践卧薪尝胆，最后灭了吴国。这么多年来，给他们造玩具、鞋子，甚至他们的国旗，一边忍受他们的傲慢，一边等待时机。现在，时机终于到了，让他们见识我们民族的伟大。